Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Push to Pass F1 podcast. So, this episode, yet again, is a little bit late, but yeah, because we have had a very, very busy old week, haven't we, Mr. Reef?
Nightmare week. Very busy week.
We are filming this literally, FP1 finished probably about 10, 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
What a time to preview. So, let's start with Imola, shall we? Thoughts coming into it? Are you a fan of Imola, or?
Not the biggest fan of Imola. It's. I think it's just a bit too small.
Yeah, it never. We don't get many good races, do we? Ever since
No.
it's come back.
Well, when did it come back? COVID 2020.
20, yeah, 2020, yeah, 2020. Then it stayed on.
Yeah, which I'm surprised it's lasted this long. To be honest.
Yeah, I'm. It's. It's one of those ones where I feel like it's only still here because of like its heritage.
Yeah, I suppose so. But even with its heritage, I mean, it's always kind of been branded as like this dangerous track, and obviously it's got the history of Roland Ratzenberger and Senna, and so I'm surprised.
I think it's become a lot safer in like its newer layout
Yeah, of course.
because obviously
They
like that
they wouldn't go.
they've put that chicane in at Tamburello, which I think is turn one, isn't it? And it's like so it's not just a flat out curve.
Yeah, but it's just as we said, it's just not big enough. It's not
We didn't
wide
have it
enough.
last year, did we?
Is it on one of these one on one off
No, it
sort of
got.
thing?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was because I was trying to think last night, literally just sat in bed and I was like, what did Imola? Because I can remember like Imola 2021 was like when Verstappen and Hamilton first came together, and then there was like Charles spinning off into the barrier and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
I was trying to think, I was like, what happened last year? And then I remembered that it rained a lot and we had no race. But
crazy weather.
so your FP1 results are P1 Oscar Piastri, and then separated by 1.5 tenths is the top six, which is Norris, Sainz, Russell, Hamilton, and Gasly. Then Verstappen, Albon, Bortoletto, Hulkenberg, burped, Stroll, Leclerc, Antonelli, Alonso, Lawson, Snowder, Colapinto, Bayman, Hajar, and Ocon.
So what you're telling me is Bortoletto's got pace,
Yeah, until he crashed.
mate. You know, then he's got to find where the limit is. That's all it is.
Hey,
That's all that is.
you'll only ever find your limit by going over said limit.
Exactly.
As Gandhi said, don't back the early kickoff. You can't really take a lot from practice, can you? Especially FP1. FP3 is usually the one you can sort of.
No, not too much, but it's good for us of the world
It's good for
for
us
narratives.
to get a clip when we say Carlos Sainz might genuinely win a world title.
Hmm.
Bit of news about Sainz. Do you know his dad was running for
Yeah.
on about running for FA president? He has said that if he does, like him and his dad will go his separate ways, and like they won't like interfere with each other
Yeah, well, they got to say that, haven't they?
until Carlos Sainz becomes the main figurehead of Formula One.
Yeah.
Um, we had no. Colapinto's back in for his first weekend, isn't he?
That's exciting.
Young Frankie.
I am quite looking forward to that.
I think it's just going to be interesting to see how quickly Flavio Briatore can get cancelled again.
It's true.
His reception has not been taken well.
I still can't believe he's kicking about, to be honest.
After Crashgate and everything like that, I'm very surprised.
Hmm.
But that was dropped in 2010, I think, because he was not.
Yeah, but
He didn't he have a lifetime ban,
yeah,
and then they dropped it
yeah. At one point,
Because Nelson Piquet was like, yeah, it was all to do with me, and then it was all to do with him. That's something I think people who are like, especially newer fans into F1, I feel like they're gonna look at this and be like, oh, Flavio, we've seen him on Drive to Survive, and people have called him a bit of a nutter. But people who have watched F1 for literally years are gonna be like, Jesus Christ, this could like kill everyone.
yeah. Bit of a nut is a bit of an understatement, to be
That
fair.
man is a absolute lunatic. So let's go into some predictions. Standard weekend this weekend, qualifying and race. Qualifying's
Yeah.
at 3 p.m. What a weird time. So, who are your top three for the qualifying, Mr. Reef Parker?
Oh, I'm gonna go with Piastri on pole.
Boring.
Yeah, I know. Piastri on pole. Sergio Perez is going to drive a jet plane through the middle of the circuit, and he's going to get second. Um, no, what's going to happen? Piastri, Piastri pole. We'll go with Norris second,
I like you
and
pushing the boat out.
um, you've put me under pressure now to pick someone random third.
You don't have to pick someone random. Just pick someone you think will actually be there.
Gabby Bortoletto third.
Right. Let's not be silly.
No, we'll go with we'll just go with Max. I think I think this weekend will be very like just parliamentary. Just
The procedure will be parliamentary.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, give me pole position, Lando Norris.
Mhm.
Give me second place, Oscar Piastri.
Yep.
Give me third place. Give me a little George Russell.
Okay.
I'm backing George for big things. He's going to win the race. He's not, honestly.
To be fair, Kimi Antonelli might have been a good shout for third.
What? 'Cause he got a pole last time.
Yeah, and he's
So
Italian.
he's
It's
now
pretty,
going to
pretty
get.
much my
He's now
my
going to
only
get pole
really thought.
every weekend.
Nah, just a little third place number for the
Have
home for
Have
the
you
home
seen
hero.
the narrative that people are pushing this weekend of Lewis?
What that he's washed.
No, it's literally just all I've seen on my Twitter. It's like Lewis Hamilton for the first time driving Ferrari in Italy.
Oh, so he's going to be better because he's in Italy.
Yeah, he's got that Italian stallion in him.
I was going to say Lewis Hamilton, famously known for being Italian himself, the man from Stevenage.
Lewis Hamilton Ichi. So let's go predictions for the race. Let's go top three, and then we'll do like biggest surprise, biggest driver, Gabby Waterlow,
Okay,
and random source.
okay, right. I'm going to go with P1 will be Lando Norris.
Oh, it's right. Cue Sunday when Lando Norris crashes lap one.
Then P2 will not be Piastri because Piastri is going to crash.
Oh, here we go.
P2 will be Max Verstappen.
At the end
And,
of this season, I'm going to go back through every episode and see how many times you've said a McLaren is going to crash.
and then P3 is going to be Kimi Antonelli.
Lando, Max, Kimi.
Yeah.
All right, who's P4? Flavio Briatore.
Sergio Perez.
P5, Colton Herta. Give me P1. I'm going to go with Oscar. Give me P2. I'm going to go with... I want to say Max. P2, give me George. P3, give me... I'm going to go bold. Give me Carlos Sainz.
We do just hate Lando Norris, don't we? If it's not me saying it, it's you.
No, I think like Lando has the capability, and like he's more likely to pull out like an absolute stomper of a lap over one lap than he is to pull out like a really good race. I
I
just
agree
think
with
I
that.
just think his one lap pace is way quicker than his race pace, and he's quite prone to having a stinker.
White prone is a understatement at the minute, I think.
What's the weather forecast? Will it rain? If it is, we could definitely see someone.
Judging
Iceland.
by the weather we've got here, I'm assuming that the rest of Europe's nice.
Oh yeah, mate. You know, Wales, similar
Fa-
similar to
Famously
Italy.
close to being next to Imola.
Just for a bit of context for everyone, me and Reef currently live in the South Wales valleys, and it's about 83 million degrees, and
I don't think
everyone's
they'd have
down.
guessed off the accent.
Nah, you sound posh anyway.
Yeah, Posh
Imola
Valley.
weather. Yeah, 'cause you're from Newport. I was in Newport yesterday. 18 degrees. It is literally the exact same weather as here.
Well, someone did just say, going off our weather.
What more could you want? Um, let's go with. Did I do my top three?
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
I said Carlos Sainz P3, which quietly went under the radar. Um,
Just because
Ran-
I'd love to see it happen.
biggest good surprise. Let's be positive first.
Biggest good surprise is we'll get a title challenge because Piastri will crash.
The biggest good surprise is us as fans.
Yeah.
Biggest good surprise. Oh, what a bad weekend in Miami. Give me.
Gabby Bortoletto.
No, we're not doing that again. We've done that too many times. It's not going to work. Um, Give me Ollie Behrman.
All right. What are you classifying as a good weekend?
Um, Q2 minimum,
Right.
and then either just outside or just inside the points. As long as he finishes like P13 upwards,
Okay.
I'd say it's a good weekend. Biggest flop, biggest awful surprise.
The awful surprise is going to be that Colapinto doesn't finish the race.
You
He's
hate
going to be
people.
he's going to
You
be
hate
slow.
everyone.
He's going to be slow all weekend because you would be. And then he's going to live up to everyone's horror and he's going to be crash happy and he's going to sling it in a barrier.
I'm gonna go with.
Send Briatore into a stroke.
Oh, have you seen the apparent allegedly Christian Horner might be resigning if the
I
comp
did see that.
if the like results don't improve?
I did see that. Let's hope, eh?
Wouldn't be the worst thing to ever happen. My biggest flop gave me Charles Leclerc.
Oh, well, that's mean, isn't it? What's he done to you?
Drove for Ferrari for too long. Leave. Um, I just saw something which I found quite interesting. So the average qualifying positions of 2025. So this is from Formula Racers. Piastri's average qualifying position is 2.2. Verstappen 2.8. Russell 3.5. Norris 4th. Leclerc 5.3. Antonelli 7th. Hamilton 8.2. Sonoda 9.5. Albon 9.7. And Sainz 9.8.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that is interesting actually.
Norris is not having a. Which is weird because Norris is usually quite good in qualifying. Like
I know what
historically.
best car on the grid and you're averaging fourth in qualifying is a bit of a shitter.
Mick Schumacher is understood to have held contract talks with Cadillac in Miami.
I saw that. What a crock of shit.
And Colton Herta is understood to be out of the race to join Cadillac in 2026.
I will eat my hat if Mick Schumacher gets a drive.
Well, who did we say originally? We said
Sergio Perez.
Perez, and then we said either Bottas or like Zhou. Or did we
No,
say
I said
Lawson?
Lawson. I
Yeah,
said
you
Lawson.
said Lawson. I think I said Bottas or Zhou.
Yeah. It's just a bit mid, really. Mid all round there.
What a shit driver lineup. Um, can we predict anything else? No. Right.
Uh,
Special time. This is where it get tasty, baby.
Woo!
So today, special time, special people, special play, special players. We're going to be doing our top 5 tracks, our top 5 worst tracks of all time, and our ideal F1 calendar. So, Reef,
Yeah, buddy.
hit me with your 5th best track of all time. We'll
Right,
go
I've
bar for
not.
bar. You go. We'll do our 5th, then we'll do our 4th, then our
Of
3rd.
course, you've had to be different, haven't you? I've not ranked mine, so I've got to
Oh,
quickly look again. My fifth best track is. I'm going to get it out the way because it's a little bit like left field. I've gone for Portimao in the Algarve.
really?
Yeah.
I hated Portimao.
Portimao is a wicked track.
It's isn't there a MotoGP track?
Yeah.
Aren't you a MotoGP fan?
Yeah.
I'm seeing a trend here.
No, honestly, it's a wicked track. It's one that I've always wanted to go to. It's unique, which I like. I like the tracks that look a bit different. It's not a street race. It's wicked.
That's not what I was expecting you to put in, but I think you're going to appreciate my 5th. In 5th, I have Sepang.
Ah, good track.
It's Sepang is a track that I've longed for coming back for many years. I think it was last year in 2017.
I don't know why it's not either because like they've literally the title sponsor of the track is a major title sponsor of Formula One
Yeah, it's
and
Patronus,
one
no?
of the teams. Yeah, so it makes no sense from like a I don't know why from a commercial brand point why it's not there.
It was also usually quite chaotic.
Yeah, and weather's always like really, really like iffy. It can just storm. And the facilities there are really good.
I was gonna say you've been, haven't you?
I have been. I've
And
been fortunate to go.
you're going again.
I am, yeah. Go for the
Oh.
MotoGP.
Well, yeah, there's not an F1 race there, mate, so you're not going to be going for that, are you?
I could just be going to have a look.
You and Gabby Bortoletto. Right, give me a fourth best track.
My fourth best track is Monza.
Oh, my fourth best track is Suzuka.
Okay, I'm surprised at that.
I it's I just love. Look, the racing isn't always great unless there's a bit of weather, but when there is weather, it's usually chaotic, and also qualifying in there is pretty good.
It's just a legendary track as well. Like
It's one of
corners
the
like 130R are just iconic.
it's a figure of eight track. It's look, it's probably a bit of nostalgia tax, but it to me it is just still one of the best.
I, you know what? It probably narrowly missed out on mine.
It was
I
sixth.
don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Talk me through Monza at four then, because that's interesting to
Monza's
me.
got everything. It's a proper racetrack, which I feel very strongly about. It's got everything it needs to. It's got big straights. It's got fast flowy corners. It's got tight technical things. There's always near enough a good race. Ferrari do well there, which I always like seeing. And the fans are just mega passionate. The Tifosi comes in like millions. It's
That
just a
is
mega track.
that is one I would like to do.
Yes.
I'd love to go to Monza one day. Give me a
To be
third.
honest, I priced it up this year because I think it falls. I think it's in September.
Yeah, it's usually the end of August, start of September. I always remember it's just before you go back to school.
Yeah, and that's literally when my birthday is.
All right.
And like Lewis Hamilton's my favorite driver ever, and I was like, if I could go for my 21st birthday to Monza, Lewis's first time at Monza as a Ferrari driver. But honestly, mate, it's like thousands and thousands of pounds.
And he gets knocked out in Q2.
Yeah, exactly. So that wasn't meant to be.
What's your number three?
My number three is the Canada. I can't remember. Is it Jacques or Gilles Villeneuve?
Circuit Gilles Villeneuve.
Yeah.
Oh, I've met that's one of my favourites as well, but I haven't put it in. Number three, I've got Monza.
Yeah.
I've just think Monza is like, look, the DRS kind of kills it now because everyone just stays behind each other for the entire race, and it is literally just straight line speed merchants. But also, like you said, like Parabolica, stuff like that. It's the same with like Suzuka. It's just got so many legendary parts of the track that you can't ignore it, and I think that's one of the ones which, if they were to get rid of like the older circuits, I think Monza would still survive.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, imagine the outcry from Ferrari fans
Oh, they would
if
hate.
they got rid of Monza.
I generally reckon Ferrari would like threaten pulling out of Formula One,
Yeah, I think they boycott it as well.
boycott F1 because you don't have Italy. I like Canada though.
Would Canada have been in your top five?
I would say probably Canada should have gone in over Suzuka.
My love for Canada comes from two things. One is 2011 and Jenson
Yeah.
Button. Three things. That, the fact that the weather can be absolutely like bonkers, and the game. Playing the
Oh,
F1 games,
yeah.
Canada is like one of my favourite tracks every time.
It's one of those tracks where, like, from the game point of view, if you hook up a lap and nail it, it's so satisfying.
Yeah, like the final corner, you take just a bit too much curb and sling yourself down by the wall of champions.
Yeah.
But you don't hit it, and you just absolutely cream it. Oof.
I look, I'm. It's another street track, but it's a street track that doesn't feel like a street track. It feels like a racetrack.
Yeah, well, it's just a bit more dynamic than just a street track. Like there's undulation, like that little like flip flop bit which goes downhill. You know, S7 Lewis had their tiff,
Oh
like
yeah,
what, 2018, 2019.
yeah, and didn't Fernando get stuck there in like 2011? It was like one of the Ferraris got beached there.
Yeah, no, I know what you're on about. Yeah, I think it was.
I forgot about that race with Vettel and Hamilton because
Well,
that's when
they moved
you
the one
moved
and
the
two.
boards around, wasn't it? But
Hmm.
and usually this, well, unfortunately, every year somehow a groundhog gets run over.
Yeah, yeah, forgot about that. Yeah.
Give me your P2.
Oh, mine. This is so close. I think we might have the
My
same top two.
my top two are literally my top one is like I don't think you can argue it, but also my top two is like it should deserve to be top one.
I think we've got the same two, but my second is Spa-Francorchamps.
Oh, different. My second is Silverstone.
Oh, you've missed out a stinker then, because there's no way that you've missed out Spa.
I've missed out Spa. I don't like Spa.
Right, we must have the same first one, but we'll get to that.
So I picked Silverstone because well, it's the home of Formula One, and
Hmm.
like without doubt, you can always bank on at least a 6 or 7 out of a 10 race. Like I went last year, and even that race wasn't great, but like to see Lewis win there again in his last year with
Oh yeah,
Mercedes, like the narrative behind it was so good, and like
I can see why you love it with all that sort of thrown in and that context.
yeah, it's one of those things where like the whole weekend on like the weekend on a whole sort of outweighs the racing and sort of makes the entire track just better. Like the weather, this look because obviously a lot of the drivers are British. There's like a lot more of a patriot sort of sense, and yeah, I love it.
Yeah, and I don't hate it. It's a proper track. It's iconic. Maggots, Beckett's, all of it is great. But I think maybe different to you, but the same sort of reason you've been, so you like it. I've been, and it kind of put me off it. Admittedly, I've never been for F1, but I've been for MotoGP twice, and I've been a few times for British Superbikes. And I just think the viewing experience is a little bit awkward. Sometimes it's so far away,
Yeah.
and the prices, things like that. And I think it has had a negative effect on me for how I view the track. So that's why it missed out for me. But it's definitely in my top 10.
Right, I'm coming to your two because me and Spa do not get along.
I don't get how you don't like Spa.
I grew up right loving Spa because, and this is going to sound really stupid, the likelihood was at Spa you would have a massive crash.
Yeah,
And
no, I get what you mean.
I used to love like just watching like just cars fall apart. And the more I've grown up, the more I've watched races, and I've just been like, we've gone past lap one, we've gone past lap two, we've gone past lap three. There's been like 6 overtakes, yay! And then the rest of the race, nothing happens.
Yeah, all right. Admittedly, you're kind of right. And also, if you've got an overpowered car, it's like living life on easy mode. Like
Yeah.
Max, the last few years there has been like no fun because people have had DRS on him and he's
Well,
still pulling away
there
in the
was
straights.
wasn't he started like 13th or 14th and won in
Yeah,
like
it is.
2022.
That was the Red Bull at his like peak powers,
Oh
and
yeah,
it was
that was you can't get close to it.
yeah. Well, he was like I remember. I can't. I feel like there was like a Haas behind him or something. It might have been in a practice session or something, and they were just after the top bit. They were on the straight, and he pulled like 19 kilometers an hour on the Haas, and the Haas had DRS.
Give me so what's so special about Spa for you?
I think it's so unique. Like that's one of the biggest things. It's just like traditional. It's like a jewel of like the calendar. It's like Monaco, Spa, Monza. They're just jewels of the calendar. Have they got? I know, aren't they getting rid of it? Aren't they going for like a year on, year off sort of
I was
thing?
just about to say I think that'll be the first one to go with like the major tracks, but I think I think they're all about rotating it.
Which is a shame, but I also understand it from a safety point. I mean, things like the Antoine Hubert accident, and there's been multiple that have unfortunately tainted the track's image. But it's just iconic. I love it. It's like it's also in the middle of nowhere, which I just think's really cool.
Yeah, it's in
It's
the
just in
middle of a
like a
forest.
forest. Yeah, literally. Like, how cool would that be visiting?
Should before we go to number one, should we give some honorable mentions? Because I feel like there are some big ones we have missed out.
Okay,
So I'm gonna go. Well, just from my list, the three honorable mentions I've got are Austria.
yeah, good track.
I've always been a fan of Austria. I've got Singapore.
You know what? I thought I was going to put Singapore, and I thought, I feel like you're not really going to match me with that. And to be
Not
fair, there's maybe others that are deserving.
yeah. Look, it's not top five for me, but it would comfortably be top 10.
Yeah, it is a good track.
And then obviously Canada. which I forgot.
Okay. My honourable mentions. I think Silverstone has to be there. To be honest, I didn't even think. I mean, it isn't for me, but it is a legendary track. Um,
Legendary.
I think you'd have to put Monaco up there, just
Would-
just because of its history. Even though it wouldn't make my top five purely because of the standard of racing, but on like legend and history alone, I feel like it's up there. And
I'm really interested to know your number one because I don't think me
I
and you have
think
the same number one.
Albert Park as well
Yeah,
is
I'm a especially the new layout,
mm,
the older layout where like when they've added that extra back straight in when that used to be like a chicane in the middle of a straight, it was just.
yeah.
But the new layout's good. Give me your number one.
My number one is, in my opinion, you'll not sway me from this. My number one is Interlagos.
My number one is Interlagos.
Good.
It is without a doubt just the perfect racetrack.
Yeah. It's the one track that I wish bikes would go to.
And to be fair, it wouldn't be impossible to do bikes there because a lot of the corners are quite sweeping in there.
Yeah, I think it could. It is a car track,
Yeah,
but
like
it's possible.
turn one and two on a bike would be quite hard because it's that massive drop, isn't it?
They'd maybe bottom out a little bit, depending on. I don't know, but anyway, I'd like to see that. But it's not a bike podcast, is it? So
Yeah, you think of like the race, like literally last season, the race we had there, the weather that it usually like kicks up. It's either absolutely hammering it down with rain or it's boiling hot. Like we had the Lewis sprint, we had Lewis in 2008, we had the Ferrari drama back in 2019, we had Max and
yeah,
Lewis in 2021. It's nine times out of 10 they will be like a 10 out of 10 race, and even if you don't get that, you're getting a minimum 8 out of 10.
it's such a good racetrack. It's got everything, as you say. It's got the passionate fans.
Oh yeah,
It's got
the fans are meant. Like I'm so happy we've got a Brazilian driver back on the grid.
yeah, it will make a difference. It's a shame that he's a bit pants, but
It's a shame
hopefully he
who
gets
he is.
better. But yeah, all timer. What a
Should we
track.
go top five worst?
Go on then.
You're not gonna like my number five.
What's your number five?
Number five, Monaco.
Okay, I kind of expected you to do this. I This is kind of why I didn't make my top five, but and I see why, but I
I,
just don't agree.
I love the spectacle. I love like how it's the like jewel in the crown and all that, and it's part of the motorsport triple crown. It's like a royalty event. There's history and everything, but there is literally car parks you could design better to have better racing than Monaco.
But it's not about that, is it?
Because I cannot remember a Monaco Grand Prix I've watched in the past 3 seasons where I've not fallen asleep in.
Well, 3 seasons isn't very long, to be fair. There has been good races there.
Yeah, look, every track will have a good race, but I feel like in Monaco you need like more stuff to go right to have a good race than like any other track. Like you need 9 out of 10 things to be perfect for the race to be good.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that as well. And to be fair, they are sometimes crap. Most of the time, they're crap. Just because, as you say, it's so difficult and technical. But I think that's part of it. It's like the ultimate test. I think a lot of the drivers say it's one of the races that they want to do best at, but it's also one of the races that they know if they kind of step out of line the slightest bit, their race is over. Like that sort of risk reward
Oh yeah,
is just,
don't get me
I
wrong.
love it.
It's probably if not the best qualifying session of the year, 100%.
Oh, the hype towards it and stuff. I think that's also why the race is always just a bit crap because you
Yeah,
get so hyped. Like the teams make more of an effort. Like we've seen like special liveries and it's always exciting. You get people pulling up on the yachts and they're showing all that and the glitz and the glam, and then the race is like a car park. But you'll never you'll never let me hate you.
what's your?
Honestly, that
Give me your five.
my number five is Imola.
Oh, very narrowly missed out my list.
Yeah, it's just
It's
I
not gonna be.
thought
It's not
one.
gonna be one that I miss when it leaves.
Yeah, I mean I've included it more so because it's this weekend and I thought that it's current. But it is also just it's too small. It's not functional for these big cars, and we've already got an Italian race. It's not like it's the only one. So as you said, I wouldn't be mad, and I won't be sad when it goes.
Um, fourth, I've got Abu Dhabi.
See, I was going to put Abu Dhabi, and then I decided not to.
Abu Dhabi, the new layout is a lot better than the old layout, but the fact that that has taken the final race of the season off into Lagos is a war crime.
That's literally the only reason why I was going to put it on my list. I think keep it on the calendar. Just don't have it as the last race.
Yeah, just have it as like a Bahrain. Have
Yeah,
it in that. Have it in that start of the season. Don't have it in. We're going to here just for a last race season because usually the title is done. Like the only races I can probably think of from Abu Dhabi which have been good because they can decide a title is 2021, 2016, and then 2010 when Seb won it for the first time.
yeah. I just I don't I actually quite like the track itself.
Oh yeah, it's don't get me wrong, the updated version you get good racing of. It's just it's very overhyped in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, and talking of, you mentioned Bahrain. That would be one of my honourable mentions of best tracks.
Yeah, to be fair, I forgot about that. Bahrain.
I really like Bahrain, but anyway, that's he's missed the boat. Um, yeah, I don't mind Abu Dhabi, and that's why it didn't get included on my list. But I fully agree with you; it should not be the last race.
What's your fourth?
My number four is. Let me pick which one I want to be four. I'll put Miami just because it had a decent race weekend the last time.
That's high.
But I've got two that you might be like, like why have you included them? But I've put them anyway.
Yeah, I think Miami, even though we're going to be seeing it till the end of time, it's. I've got a very strong opinion on it, but I can see why you would put it fourth.
We're going to be in our late 30s by the time that contract renewals run out.
I'll be 36.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
That's horrible. Third, I've got Sochi.
Oh, absolute peach of a pull. I completely forgot it even
The
existed.
Russian Grand Prix.
I'm going to do one, and you might think it's a bit unfair because
Go
they
on.
never actually raced there.
You're going to go
But
Vietnam, and you.
yeah, I've put Vietnam just because you've got to be a if you never got to go there. I know it was because of COVID and stuff, so it's not necessarily your
There's
fault.
a reason they didn't go back there.
Yeah, yeah.
Surely. They like, even just driving it on the track, on the game, it was
Well,
horrific.
I, it was yeah. One, the track was a bit pants, and also the bloke who I don't know what he was. I think he was something to do with Parliament there. Got done for like fraud. So, and he was the one who decided for them to go there in the first place. So I think as soon as he was gone, they were like, oh yeah, let's not bother.
Um, Second, what have you got?
My second worst track is India.
Oh, booed.
Yeah.
I've got Qatar.
Ah, see, this is where bike bias comes in because Qatar is a really good track for bikes. So
Yeah, it's
that's why I don't mind it.
yeah. Look, it's cool watching the cars go flat out every corner, but the racing is.
Yeah, if anything, I know we're complaining that tracks are too small, but Qatar's kind of too big
Qatar is really wide.
because, yeah, as you said, they can just like the aero on them and like the downforce, they can just like mince every corner.
Ooh, wow. That's a name I haven't heard for a while.
I just the conditions there, they stopped going because there was money problems, but they also stopped going because the circuit was that poorly run that the people in the paddock were like, this is disgusting, we don't want to go there anymore.
I think it was like quite a knee jerk thing to get a Grand Prix in India. I don't think it was planned through fully. Um,
No, because if you think back then as well, like you had people like Karthik Khan, and like
yeah,
it was big at the time. India was it like Force India, obviously as well, were a team, so it was like a big deal. And I understand why they did it, but the track is just pants.
what is your worst track?
I think we'll have the same one.
We don't.
Oh, okay. My worst track is Vegas.
Really?
Yeah.
Vegas nearly got on my top five best.
What?
Because, right, I hate the prices. I hate like how over glamorized it is, but the racing is decent. Like
It's just
last year we
because it's
had
straight lines. That's all it is.
exactly. It's great. Last year
Nah, rubbish.
it had the most overtakes. My
It's got
number
a
one
cheek being called a racetrack, by the way.
my number one is Miami.
Okay, yeah.
I generally reckon I could like get in my car, do donuts with a pen in my hand, and I could draw a better track than Miami.
See, I thought you'd have it in your top five, but I thought it'd be less just because we were actually quite pleased with how the weekend went.
Oh no, I despise Miami.
That's why it's fourth on mine, not any lower.
You really dislike Vegas so much?
Yeah, it's two straight lines pretty much.
Yeah, and it looks like a pig. Yeah, I just like the sphere because people can take the piss on Twitter and put random stuff on.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, it's cool. The idea is cool of having like a Vegas Grand Prix. I'm not against that, but just build a track. You're in the desert for fuck's sake. You've got like it's like Minecraft at that point. Just go make something. Go make something actually good. Don't just do it in the high street.
Right, should we do our ideal F1 calendar?
Yeah, this will be a good laugh.
So how do you want to do it?
First of all, I think we need to decide how many rounds we want.
It like to me, it's easy. 20.
Mm. All right, so we disagree.
Don't be
We
edgy and say like, oh, 22.
we disagree already. I was going to put 18.
Yeah, I think 20 should be the maximum. They should always just be between 18 and 20. Like
Yeah,
some years we used to have like 18, then we'd have 19 like the next year, and then we'd have
yeah.
fucking. Now we
I
got
think
28.
should we settle for 19 because you said 20, I said 18.
Yeah, that's good
Okay,
with me.
right. How are we going to be quick with this? Because we could literally talk about this for an hour.
Um,
Should we say automatically our five favorite tracks go in?
yeah. So your five favorites were
Well, in Interlagos we had the same.
Interlagos is going as round 19. I don't care.
Yeah, that can be last.
We both had Monza, didn't we?
Yeah,
And then I've put in Silverstone, Suzuka, and Sepang. You've put in Canada.
Spa, Portimao. But Portimao, like I can see why you wouldn't want to include that. I am open to getting rid of that.
Yeah,
If
but
you want.
also if we're going off the five worsts, we can't have Miami, Qatar, Abu Dhabi, or Monaco.
Oh shit. I was right. We're gonna have to bend our lists
Right,
then a bit.
I've got an idea. So let's go through this year's calendar. I'll name all the
Yeah.
tracks, and we'll say stay or
What we?
keep.
Yeah. Okay.
So Australia,
Keep.
keep. China,
Keep.
bin. Oh,
I just think we should keep it because are we taking this seriously or just racing product?
no, seriously, as in like logistically as well.
Yeah. Commercially, you'd have to go to
So
China.
we
So yeah,
so
you got to keep.
if we're going off this, we have to cut five tracks.
Okay.
Japan, keep.
Keep.
Bahrain, keep.
Keep.
Jeddah,
I'd bin it personally.
yeah, I think we could. Miami, bin.
Bin.
So we can bin three more tracks. Imola,
Bin.
bin. So we can bin two more tracks. Monaco, keep.
Keep.
Barcelona, keep.
Keep, but it's not a firm keep because
Well,
I don't think the race in
it's
there is great.
it's leaving next year, isn't it?
Yeah.
We got the Madrid ring, which looks horrific.
So
Uh,
in fairness, then should we get rid of it? If it's leaving itself and like, do you like Catalonia?
I do.
Okay, we can keep it then. I don't mind.
Canada, keep.
Keep,
Austria, keep.
keep.
Silverstone, keep.
Yeah,
So we can get rid of two more. I already know the two I want to get rid of. Belgium, keep.
yeah,
Hungary, keep.
yeah.
Zandvoort, keep.
I'd keep that. Yeah.
Imola, keep.
Imola.
No, no Imola. What am I on about? Monza,
Yeah,
keep. Baku, keep.
yeah,
Singapore, keep.
yeah.
USA, keep.
Is this circuit of the Americas?
That's Kota, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Keep.
Mexico City, keep.
Uh,
I think we have to, considering that we have to, if we keep Mexico, we have to cut two out of Vegas, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi.
Right. Okay.
So I think keep Mexico, and then that will take us up to round that. So Mexico will be round 17,
Yeah.
and then Brazil will be round 19. So round 18 will be between Las Vegas, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi definitely.
Oh, I wanted to say Vegas, you prick.
Would you actually keep Vegas?
I would.
Well, we're gonna have to argue that then, because I'm not keeping Vegas. Why would you keep it? Just because there's a lot of overtakes?
I think Vegas has more potential to like provide a better weekend on a whole than Abu Dhabi.
What do you mean by that?
Well, it's a street track, which usually they are chaotic. Is it a sprint weekend this year? Let me check that. But like qualifying on street tracks is usually chaos. It's not a temporary street track like we saw last year. A drain cover literally nearly killed Carlos Sainz.
Yeah.
Um, oh no, it's just a standard race. And yeah, like the time they run it on as well, because they run it in the pretty much the middle of the night, and it's Vegas. All the track temperatures are just like completely out the window, so cars don't really perform. It provides a bit more like glamour. It's in my opinion Monaco with better racing, and like it has that like casino.
That's getting clipped.
It has that casino sort of feel and like that high roller feel. Like
Yeah.
I, I,
It's
I just prefer Vegas as a weekend over Abu Dhabi.
it's valid points, but I disagree. I
It's a
think
valid point, but shut the.
I think Abu Dhabi's a good track. I think the fact that it's last on the calendar at the moment isn't valid because this is our calendar and we've not got it last.
Yeah,
So I think it is a good track. Like in general, the racing there's not it's not bad. I think it's exclusive as well. Like that it's in a marina. They get all like the princes and stuff like that go in
it's
there,
in the
and
sea.
it's cool. I think you're hating on it too much.
All right, I won't say anything next time then.
Yeah. Do you know what? Just leave.
Right, see you. Bye. Um, so
Should we rock
that's.
paper scissors it?
Do you know what? I don't care that much. You can have it. Abu Dhabi can stay. um. So yeah, you're away next weekend. Next week, aren't you?
Yes.
What a. So there might be an episode. I might ring in a guest.
Oh, I'm gonna lose my job.
I'm gonna talk to myself for an hour.
Oh,
Just sit here and talk about Imola. But no,
set two cameras up and just get like a mop.
I'll have one camera over that side of the room, one camera over there, and I'll just go back and forth. But no, we hope you have enjoyed this episode. Been a bit of a different one, a bit of a special with a preview. I think this should be our format going forward. I think it works better.
Yeah.
So I hope you have enjoyed. If you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to drop us a like and a subscribe. It hugely helps. If you're listening on Spotify, drop us a 5-star rate and drop us a follow. It is massively appreciated. I have been Max,
I've been Reef.
and this has been the Push to Pass F1 podcast.